Since Peter Obi announced that he's only interested in a one-term presidency, a lot of people have been doubting him. In fact, people like Soludo, even APC has responded saying that Peter Obi is not trustworthy and they do not believe that he's actually going to fulfill his promise. Before we delve right into the details of today's news, we are going to take a look at, some of those people who are now bringing forth evidence, to buttress their point that Peter Obi is not trustworthy. Before we go into all of that, if this is your first time here, or you have not subscribed to this channel, please kindly subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. Also, leave your opinions in the comment section below. According to a report by Vanguard on Tuesday, August 5, 2025, Dr. Josef Onoh pointed out that despite Peter Obi's claim that his word is his bond, his political record suggests otherwise. Onoh recalled that Obi did not keep his promise to his late brother-in-law, Dame Chukwuemeka Odumegwu-Ojukwu, highlighting this as an example of Obi's political expediency. He noted that during Obi's tenure as governor of Anambra State, he was known for strategic political maneuvers, including switching parties from APGA to PDP to advance his ambitions. Onoh argued that Obi's inconsistency raises doubts about the reliability of his recent vow to serve only one term if elected president in 2027. Onoh said, "He never kept his word to my late brother-in-law, Dame Chukwuemeka Odumegwu-Ojukwu, and I recall pointing it out on different occasions. During his tenure as Anambra State governor, Obi was known for strategic political maneuvers, including switching parties from APGA to PDP to further his ambitions." According to Onoh, such promises must be viewed critically, especially given Obi's history of political calculations designed to maximize personal gain rather than serve the public interest. This, Onoh said, further weakens the credibility of Obi's one-term pledge, framing it as a political tactic rather than a genuine commitment. Also, Onoh emphasized that the Nigerian Constitution explicitly allows the president to serve two four-year terms. He stressed that its constitutional framework is meant to provide leaders with adequate time to implement their vision while remaining accountable to the electorate. By voluntarily limiting himself to one term, Obi, according to Onoh, would be preemptively dismissing the will of the people who might want to re-elect him if satisfied with his performance. This, is suggested, undermines the democratic process by assuming that Nigerians cannot be trusted to make informed decisions about their leadership. Onoh also challenged Obi's references to historical figures such as Abraham Lincoln, John F. Kennedy, and Nelson Mandela to justify the one-term limit. He argues that these examples are contextually irrelevant, noting that Lincoln and Kennedy operated in political systems without constitutional term limits, and their leadership was shaped by unique historical circumstances, rather than a deliberate decision to serve only one term. Similarly, Mandela's choice to serve one term was specific to South Africa's post-apartheid transition, focused on national reconciliation and institutional stability. In contrast, Onoh highlighted that Nigeria faces complex challenges, including economic instability, insecurity, and systemic corruption that requires sustained leadership over a longer period to achieve meaningful reform. He concluded that Obi's one-term promise, while rhetorically appealing, does not align with Nigerians' constitutional realities and governance needs, and should be viewed with skepticism. Someone is telling you that he can do it in 4 years. You're arguing that he cannot do it in 4 years. Anyway, we'll get to find that out when he eventually becomes the president. We are going to see if he is going to keep his promise, number one. Number two, if 4 years is enough for a president, to administer governance, if 4 years is actually enough to make any meaningful impact or development in the country. I guess we'll get to find out, because a lot of people are just opposing the idea basically because they do not think that it can follow through on his promise. They do not think that it's viable. And I don't blame them, because generally politicians are dishonest. Let's be realistic. Politicians are dishonest. They will tell you one thing in your face and say another thing. And when they get the power, you will start to say another thing. You know, it's a different ball game for you to say it and say, this is what I'm going to do. But when you get there and realize that, oh, he has never been president before, let me point that out. And he might just become president tomorrow and discover that, oh, I thought I could do this in 4 years. I'm now discovering that it cannot be attainable in 4 years. He would not want his term to just be wasted like that. Of course, he want to vie for another 4-year term in office. But who knows? He said he can do it in 4 years, just like Abraham Lincoln, Mandela, and the likes. We shall see. Chika Dennis says, self-centered people everywhere. Oscar Chukwudi says, wonderful. An adage says that we from the picking up of the breadfruits, you know the person who doesn't eat gently. Papa Chioma says, all these charlatans, nah, wow. What about your sitting president that did not even attend a presidential debate or interview? Whatever Obi says, some animals will come and say opposite. Maybe you guys need Jesus Christ to come and rule Nigeria in place of Obi. Godwin Okechukwu says, Obi is better than any other person in your picture for now. Owana Wefu, Onoh na Peter Obi Biko. I don't even know what that means, but Anthony Nwogu says, does Onoh not know that it was a matter of integrity that his in-law first promise was to unite Indigbo with the rest of Nigeria? If Ojukwu were to be living today, that he, Ikemba, would not allow the goings on in Abga today. If he moves to disapprove of a mess some mafia have made of Abga is a sin, then the living must die with the dead. Promise to late Ikemba is sacrosanct to the reasonable heights. We did not bury initiative in a casket that housed the body of late Ikemba. The Light Project says, go and sit down, my friend. Who has ever stayed in one party, ever since democracy? If Abga failed to have national space, or there is need for national expedience, why would Obi not leave for a better platform? Did your sister-in-law been in one party since she came back from exile? Was it not formerly in MPN? Why did your sister accept working under Tinubu as APC man? Another comment I have here is from Grace. It says, you said Peter Obi did not honor his words to your brother-in-law, Ojukwu. You have failed to tell us in what areas. Till today, Bianca Onoh, who happens to be your sister, has been good relationship with Peter Obi before and after the demise of Ojukwu. Bros, you have no point at all. Let's take one last comment, guys, before we go. This comment is from Charles Oleka. It says, and so what? You're a fool and corrupt-minded person. Your inept ability to make positive change happen within a short time have beclouded your stupid judgment head. You and your co-travelers are dull-headed, and hence don't believe a meaningful positive change is possible within 2 to 3 years. You all, let's have your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Do you think that meaningful and a positive change is possible within 4 years? Let me know what you all think on that. Thank you very much for always listening and watching. I'll see you all in my next video.